How are you? Friday, October 21st, 2022. Who is greater? I like to do two ball players who played the same number of games and look at their stats and see who's a better player. Ty Cobb, Stan Musial. Why? Ty Cobb, 3,034 games. Stan Musial, 3,026. That's a difference of 8 games. How about that? Let's look at the stats. 20 categories, compare them side by side. Who's greater? Career average, runs batted in, home runs, triples, doubles, singles, total bases, slugging, on base, stolen bases, 100 RBI seasons, 100 runs scored seasons, most runs in a season, most RBI in a season, highest average in a season, 200 hit seasons, and total hits. Ty Cobb, 366 lifetime. Musial, 331. That's a difference of 35 points. Give it to Cobb. We're going to do 20 categories and see how many categories Cobb's wins and how many categories Musial wins. Both Hall of Famers. Most runs scored. Cobb, 2245. Musial, 1949. 2-0 Cobb. Runs batted in. Do you know that Cobb had 1,944? But Musial beats him 1951. He beat him by 7. Cobb plays 8 more games than Musial. Yet Musial wins in RBIs by 7. Give it to Musial. Home runs. Cobb, 117. Musial, 475. So Musial more of a power hitter than Cobb. Triples. Cobb, 297. Musial, 177. Pretty good, but Cobb wins it. Doubles. This is incredible. Listen to this. Cobb, 724. Musial, 725, even though Cobb played 8 more games. It's 3-3. Singles, Cobb, 3,053. 3,000 singles. Musial, 2,253. Cobb, 4-3. Total bases. Cobb, 58-54. Musial, 61-34. He goes over 6,000. Scores 4-4 after 8 categories. Slugging. Cobb, 512. Musial, 559. Give it to Musial. On base. Cobb, 433. Musial, 417. Give it to Cobb. It's 5-5. Stolen bases. Cobb, 897. Musial, 78. That's a difference of 800 more bases Cobb stole. 100 RBI seasons. Cobb had 7, Musial 10. It's 6-6 after 12 categories. 100 runs scored seasons, how many? Cobb 11, Musial 11. It's a tie. So they're tied in that category. Most runs scored in a season. Cobb had 148. Musial 135. Give it to Cobb. He's leading 7-6. Most RBI in a season. Cobb had 127 as most. Musial 131. It's 7-7 after 15 categories. 7 wins, 7 losses, or 7-7, and 1 tie. Highest average in a season. Cobb had a 420. The highest for Musial, 376. Give it to Cobb. Most hits in a season. Cobb had 248, Musial 230. 9-7 Cobb. 200 hit seasons. Cobb had 9, Musial 6, 10, 7, and 1. And total hits, we know that Cobb had 4,189, and Musial, not bad, 3,630. So 11, 8, 1. Where did Musial win? He won in runs batted in, home runs, doubles, total bases, slugging. Oh, walks. Forgot that one. Cobb had 1,249 walks. Musial 1,599. So give that one to Musial. That's where he gets his 8th. So Cobb wins 11. Musial wins 8. And they tied in 1. Again, recap. Cobb wins in average, runs scored, triples, singles, on base, stolen bases, most runs in a season, highest average in a season, most hits in a season, most 200 hit seasons, and most career hits. Musial, most runs batted in, home runs, doubles, total bases, slugging, base on balls, 100 RBI seasons, and most RBI in a season. But who's greater is the question. Ty Cobb or Stan Musial? Cobb 366, Musial 331. You can't get around that. They both played 3,000 games. Yet Cobb had a better batting average. Musial has more home runs. What do you want? You want the batting average and the home runs? Or you want the batting average, career hits, on base? What do you want? I'm going to have to take Ty Cobb here. He scores the runs. He gets on base. He was better on base than Musial. And he scores 2,245 runs. How about this? He has 11 100 runs scored seasons. So did Musial. So Cobb's on. He had more runs. He had a higher total of runs scored in one season, 148 to Musial's 135. He had more 200 hit seasons. He had more hits in a season, 248 hits. He had 9 200 hit seasons. Only Musial had 6. That's why I take Ty Cobb. Here's one more stat. Let's look at this stat. I'll get my computer right here. All right. You want to know one more stat? In comparing players, you got to look at this stat. Strikeouts. How many times did they strike out in a season? Or in a career? Ty Cobb struck out 680 times and 11,440 at-bats. 680, 11, 440. You ask, what about Musial? Stan the Man. Did he strike out? Let's look what he did. I've got it here. You'll be surprised. 696. Cobb, 680. Musial, 696. A difference of 16 times. Cobb plays 8 more games. Musial struck out 16 more times. Very, very close. Now you know why I got these 2 Hall of Famers and why I matched them up. Ty Cobb versus Stan Musial. Both play 3,000 games. Both have over 3,000 hits. Cobb has 4,000. Both excellent batting averages. Both all around excellent career. But I'm going to have to go with Ty Cobb on my team. 897 stolen bases. Incredible. But I wouldn't mind having Stan the Man Musial too. Listen to it. One more stat. Stan Musial had 700 plate appearances one year and struck out 31 times. Ty Cobb had 700 one year, struck out 43. But the lowest for Cobb, the best year as far as striking out, one year he had 648 at bats and struck out 14 times. Incredible. All right, that's it. Ty Cobb versus Stan Musial. Thanks for watching. I'm out.